During the Edo period, the farmers were considered the second class in the four classes system. They were very advanced farmers, they're very poor, but they developed a very good system of irrigation, crop rotation, the use of fertilizer, and had all sorts of wonderful crops, including some very commercial crops like cotton, mulberry leaves for silkworms, and tobacco. They actually did quite well. Some farmers did better than others. Some farmers became wealthy enough that they set up small cottage industries like sake brewing. Now the next class after the farmers were the artisans. They're the ones who made the artifacts, utilitarian items that everybody would use, all classes would use. Ceramics, lacquer ware, things like umbrellas. We have some prints which shows examples of a man making a large wooden tub. We also have other prints which show carpenters at work, painters painting a very nice scene, a roofer who's putting shingles on top of a building, an umbrella maker. We also have a person who's making lanterns, and another person who is doing designs on a piece of fabric. So these all show what the artisans could do. Now we're going to look at some of the examples that have survived from the Edo period. Here are some examples of Edo artifacts. Now, just before the Edo period, a general named Toyotomi Hideyoshi tried to conquer Korea and China. While in Korea, a lot of his soldiers took back craftsmen, in particular ceramic craftsmen. When they returned to Japan, they helped the Japanese ceramicist potters develop a very strong pottery industry. They developed porcelain in the early part of the 17th century. There are some very fine examples in this show of imari, kutani, nebeshima, kekiyamon, and these were largely developed as a result of these Korean captives. We also have some very nice examples of lacquer ware. Lacquer comes from the sap of a tree and is placed over top of wooden containers. Sometimes they inlay it with mother of pearl, and other times you use different colors of lacquer. In particular, gold was very popular. We also have this fine shell game, which is a memory game. There's approximately 180 pairs of shells which would be placed in these tubs. And the idea of the game was to turn everything over and try and remember what pair fitted together. Quite often, the scene on the shells was from Japanese literature, for example, the Tale of Genji. And you would have to try and remember all the various scenes and then match them. Now, each shell is painted with each pair of shells is painted with a very nice design, sometimes in relief, using gold lacquer, and very nice paintings of various scenes from the story.